Hello friends, good evening. Let us first understand today is the project phases. The projects are basically divided into the two methodologies. First is the waterfall methodology, which is basically a traditional approach of project management, and the second one is nowadays more trendy in the software industry, that is in the agile. So first we will go with the waterfall methodology, which is used in the various planning activities. So we will in this, the x-axis is having a time. In the x-axis we are having time, and the phase is starting point is here, and the phase end point at the end position, and the y-axis is having a level of the activity. So in traditional world, the first one activity is finished, then we start the second activity. In this first phase activity is initiation. In the initiation we are doing basically the feasibility study, if this project is feasible to us or not. Then we do the business case, and we do the benefit management plan, and then we decide that this project is no go decision we take at that stage. If the project is physically fit and it is feasible, then we go to the next step. That is the most important step of the any of the methodology. So in the planning stage we make the project management plan, and basically the project management plan is the combination of all the knowledge areas, which includes everything, which is the basically the bible document for all the further execution activities. So after the planning is completed, in the traditional world, the planning is a main area which we focus. In the planning we make a number of plans for the project, and there are a lot of specifications we use in the planning stage. So after the planning, the next biggest area is the executing. You see, this is the highest area in which the real work is to be done. When planning is finished, and in between the planning also, the execution starts in between the planning also. This most of the area you see in this, the execution also done in the planning stage also. So this is the real work happen at that time. If I will take example of construction industry, so most of the time we spend in the executing the plant for building the plants. And the fourth area is monitoring and control. In the execution, basically we use that plan which we have made in case of the planning, and then we execute as per the plans. What the action of the monitoring and control? You see, the monitoring and control start from very beginning to the end of the project before the closing state, because monitoring and controlling area is dominant to the all the areas. In the monitoring and control, basically we monitor, control, we basically check our plans are working, our plans and actual, we are checking that the plans and actuals, and what is the difference between the planned versus actual, and then we take the actions accordingly. So this is basically a tracking tool for the project management professionals. So this is the dominating area, and the last area is the very smallest portion of the project phase, is the closing phase. In this we close all the purchase orders, all the tender documents, whatever we have committed for the delivery, we deliver to the client at that stage. So in this all the areas we work, and we deliver only at that area, but on a certain period of time in executing we give piecemeal of the product or the services to the customer. So the closing is the last step in which we hand over to the commissioning. So this is all about the traditional world. If I will go for the agile methodology, this is mainly used for the software industries, some R&D industries, in some you can say laboratories, where there is a projects are very moderate size of critical projects are there. Then we use the agile methodology. In the agile we follow all the phases from initiation to closing, but the basic difference is that we do more planning in this area in the agile. And you see, the planning is more in this case. This is the main myth of the all the most of the people, that planning is less in the agile, but we do most time we are doing more planning in the agile. And after the planning, for example, we are doing in a sprint planning, then we execute that sprint. In the scrum we call it as a sprint, and for XP we know it as a iteration. So few people known as iterations. So we execute that plan, then we again plan, then we execute. This is the mainly difference between the waterfall and the agile methodology. So planning, execute. This is the basic trend which we follow in the agile. And the dominating area is monitoring and control. We check whatever we have decided we are doing as per the planning or not. And the last step is basically a closing area. In this we will close the product and give it to the production. And this is all about the two methodologies. Thank you guys.